Okay, so I did my presentation on a piping plover, or as I like to call it, a pipping plover, but that's not the name, so okay. Description: it's a small sandy colored bird, white belly. I usually could tell by the orange beak and the black ring around its neck. The wingspan is about 19 inches, and then the weight is about 1.5 to 2.2 ounces. Also, you can tell by their legs. It's kind of like, it's in comparison, is a miniature seagull, a very much miniature seagull. Natural history. So 19th century, they disappeared due to people use their feathers for hats and things of that nature. During the Atlantic coast, they make their nest on the edge of the beaches, so their nest was getting wiped out multiple times. And they're small and migratory, so they go to multiple places. Distribution is the Atlantic coast, North Carolina, Florida. They breed on beaches, Newfoundland, southeast Quebec, and North Carolina, and some migrate to the Bahamas or West Indies. Their habitat is sand. And this is their distribution. This is where they nest up here, and this is just where they fly in general. There's a part that's cut down right here, which you can see over here. And yeah. So, populations history. In the 19th century, they were hunted for multiple things. Some were just hunted for fun, some hunted for food, some was hunted for feathers. For example, the hat that's up there, that was fashion, so they would just kill them for that. 20th century, their population declined due to the 19th century, so they were trying to bring it back up. And then right now they're currently on decline, beach population, because of tourists and people on their beaches. So, recovery goals, side-wide recovery actions. So, the Endangered Species Act of 1973 is still in effect. So, depending on, I don't know where I'm gonna start. So, long-term management, they decided that they were going to protect the beaches and the nesting areas. They also decided to track the birds and what locations they go to, because they found out that they go to new locations, they don't go to the same location that they was originally in. They decided to look for breeding pairs, see how they can add more pairs to the nesting area. And like I said earlier, nesting problems were basically their nest being pulled into the water. So not many babies are being had. And then these are examples of what they're doing in the area to stop people from walking on nests, because they're really tiny. So they'll just put signs up. Okay. So in order for them to, manage what's going on, they have the e-data collectors, the government organizations, USFW, Regional 5. So basically, they're just people that keep track of the birds. As you can see, like the legs, the bracelets. It's different organizations. They come every, let's say, month or during breeding season. They check on the nest. Actually, when they check on the nest, they have only like 3 people do it at a time, because the nests are so small that it's easy for them to step on the eggs. So you have to have at least did it for at least a year and a half before they allow you back on to look at the nest. And then right now the time recovery is stable, even though it's on a decline. But in 5+ years, they think that the pairs, that there would be a stable population, so it would stay around. The number of pairs will go up. And then this is a side note that the video to show people that that the species is endangered, they use Pixstars to show movies or basically explain what's going on to children so that they're more aware. But they use it in different ways. Yeah. And then this is the ending for that. If y'all want to see the video. You want to see the video?